I'm so blessed today that I have my guest in studio, Pastor Clive Rupnarai is in studio this morning, and I'm so blessed to have him. A powerful man of God, a wonderful personality, a man with so many titles to his name you can put. He's been around the world, he's done so much of amazing things, and I'm so excited to be with him this morning because we're talking about community. We are talking about the current event, and I love getting a guest where we can touch on current things that are happening and to help the community get out of it. So I'm so blessed to have him in studio today. It is 51 minutes past 7, and ladies and gentlemen, no further ado, we have Pastor Clive Rupnarai here today. Good morning, sir. God bless you.
Good morning, Jeremiah. It's a privilege and honor to be with you in your show this morning. I'm trusting the Lord that we will touch spaces this morning where we're going to speak about the social ills of our society, of our nation, and how we can address this issue in our nation.
God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. As I said, it's current. It is a current thing that we're talking about this morning. Pastor Clive, I'm so blessed to have you, first of all, on the studio. I know how busy you are. Man, I don't even know where to start, but I just want to say that just having you here is such a blessing this morning. So tell me something about yourself. Tell me, who is Pastor Clive Rupnarai this morning? And I've been to your church. I've seen your setup. I've seen your ministry. And you have media ministry. It's not an easy ministry, but it's a very lot of work that's put into it. And so we want to tell the guests, who are you? Who is Pastor Clive Rupnarai? And just tell us something about yourself before we start this morning.
Okay, I studied political science and theology in my teens, and I ran away from the ministry. In 2009, the Lord physically killed me, raised me up from the dead, and He refashioned my ministry, and He focused me. He took debt to bring definition to my ministry, and out of this ministry came out an organization called Drug Free Nation. Not only Drug Free Nation, we are a leading ministry. Media Ministries is a leading ministry. I've done media for a lot of organizations, and yes, and I'm not moved by titles. Titles chase after you. I received many accolades, but you know what? It's not about the accolades. It's not about the title. It's about giving God the glory and the honor. Yes, we do run a ministry in Phoenix. It's a little ministry, but the type of people that comes to us are people that are in need. So my heart and my passion is for my community, how I can make an impact in my community, how we can address issues in our communities. Yes, I am politically vibrant. I take up a lot of challenges, and also I work in the different school circuits, upliftment programs, in the school social upliftment programs. I address the youths, and that's where we stand as a ministry.
Wow, that's powerful. And Pastor Clive, I just want to say something that you have an initiative as well, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Why I'm so blessed to have you today in studio is because we are going to talk about an illness, should I say, that is literally upsetting and uprooting our communities and literally stealing the future from our generation. And I'm so blessed to have you today because not only you are from the church setting, but you're also from the government setting and the political setting. So we're going to have a very 360 view this morning about how we can deal with major issues that we are dealing with. But I want to talk about Drug Free Nation. That's an organization that you are part of and that you have taken under your wings, and you have done such amazing things. And basically, Drug Free Nation is a community, a setting where we as a body can affect the community and say, you know what, there is hope in Jesus, there is hope in the nation, there is hope for our generation. And Drug Free Nation is a organization whereby you go into schools, you go into the police stations, you go into a whole lot of different organizations and try to educate them how to help those that are in drugs. So we want to talk about Drug Free Nation. How did the organization start off, and what was your passion behind this morning?
Ministry starts at the breaking point. Drug Free Nation, it's something that the Lord has placed upon my spirit, and I never understood at that time what Drug Free Nation was going to do and how important role it was going to play in our community. Because one of the things is, I strongly believe that every one of us should get involved in this one scourge, because this is not an addiction that we're dealing with, it's a sickness. Because one of the things that Drug-Free Nation is out there to educate. Education is power. And that's the only way we can reach our community, is to empower our community with knowledge. And knowledge plays a very, very important role when we're dealing with pandemics, and when we're dealing with social ills. And people do things because of ignorance. And a lot of people do things because they want to venture into it. Some of them just because of peer pressure. But you know what? Our government has not taken responsibility about this issue about drugs in our nation. You know what? They just legalized cannabis. And you know what? Drugs basically is a weapon that Satan is using to destroy the human race and to make the human race barbaric. Satan is using three mediums to do that. The first medium he's using is drugs. Drugs changes the state of a person's mind. The second medium that he's using is called GM food. Food that is altered genetically. And the third thing is using technology, like we've seen the COVID viruses that they're using, and this is part of technology. So Satan is destroying the human image, because the human beings carry an image of God. You know, when God created the entire universe, He created the heavens and the earth, the Bible says He created things. But when he looked at man, He fashioned man. And when He fashioned man, He decided to put Himself into man.
Wow.
He's given man the image, He's given man the likeness, He's given man the breath of God. And Satan's warfare is with man, because we carry the image of God in us. And one of the things is, Satan don't have that image. So Satan is out there to destroy God's creation and God's prime creation, which is...
Amen, amen, amen. Well, we're going to talk about drugs and abuse as well on today's show, on the morning show today. And I'm so excited because in our communities, Pastor Clive, we find that there's a lot of kids that are so educated. There's a lot of kids that have so much of potential. There are a lot of kids that have so much of potential of impacting this future and taking this future to the next generation, especially as a country as where we are right now. And even in our local areas, we find that even the homes are now being broken up. Now we find that there's no zeal for life anymore. There's no passion for life anymore. And you, as a whole, started this initiative because you knew that you can make a difference. You knew that the church can make a difference. You knew that when we unite ourselves, we can make a difference. And one of your posts I've seen, you are in a police station and you're motivating the policemen to say that we are a drug-free nation. We are a drug-free nation. And your motivation is so empowering because you're doing something and you're affecting a kid's life, that is country, and you've seen results. I've heard some testimonies of people that have given testimonies on your podcast or wherever it is that you've seen results. And I want to ask you, as a church, from a church setting, how can the church be a voice to help what's currently happening right now?
Okay, the role of the church concerning this scourge that we are facing, it's a responsibility to every leader in our community, because God has placed us in a particular position. And the reason why He placed you in that position is to make an impact in that area. So pastors today are failing that role that they have to make an impact in their little community. Today pastors are migrating to other areas, and you know what? Our communities are left vulnerable. You know, I bought a property in an area that is infested with drugs, and when I bought that property, people spoke about that area so badly. It just takes one righteous man to make an impact in that area. So one of the things is, yes, the church has a role to play. They need to take control of that little community that they are in. They need to service that community. They need to, educate that community, because the church is powerful. We have leadership in the church that can usher the glory of God and make an impact in that little community. You know, one of the things is, you just spoke about intelligent children are getting involved in drugs. Or when a child is born, the child is armed with a thing called survival skills. The human being is the only creation of God that has a thing called a frontal cortex. The brain is divided into two parts. The frontal area of it is called the frontal cortex, and the back area of it is called the limbic system, where all the nervous systems and the blood vessels are connected to the brain. The frontal cortex is the part of the human intelligence where we have to develop that frontal cortex. But you know what drugs is doing? Drugs is eroding away the intelligence of the human being. Wants to make the human being barbaric. And the only thing, you know, all these drug children that you speak to them, they smart con artists because they have a thing called survival skills. And they have honed the survival skills just to survive. There's no intelligence in them. All that they have is survival skills.
Wow, wow, wow.